Hello guys and gals of the internet, I'm Mr. Wikiars of YouTube, and it is time for some more F1 25, following on from the completion of the Breaking Point story. We're going to delve into a couple of new features this year, very much like I've done in previous games. I've always checked out maybe a new feature or a new little kind of addition to the years gone by, and this year there's two. There's actually driving some select tracks in reverse, and of course the big one is the whole 2.0 revamp of My Team. The first thing we're going to do is doing a race, a 25% race on one of the tracks you can go into reverse. I'm trying to remember which ones there are. I'm not sure. I think Austria was one. Possibly Silverstone, but I'm not sure. And I think the third was Zandvoort. I think they're the kind of three choices you've got. So let's run with the N125 cars. And it looks like I was right. Austria, Silverstone, and Zandvoort. I think we'll pick Silverstone. And I think what we'll do is we won't pick McLaren, Ferrari, or Red Bull. You know, they're the top cars on the grid. I think what I'm going to do for this race is I'm actually going to be Nico Hulkenberg in the Sauber. I don't think I've ever driven with Hulkenberg before, so this will be a first. So let's just go to the assists. That's all pretty much standard for me. AI difficulty is 65. I don't really know what the difficulty is like this year, because playing Breaking Point is kind of like, it's not really a good representation of the AI level, because either it fluctuates or it's kind of maybe on the little easier side. I think what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to put it on 60 for now, because I'm always in the range of 60 to 70. Yes, I know it's incredibly much lower than, say, the F1 YouTubers, but I'm not as good as them. As you've even seen from my previous footage of most F1 games, actually. We'll go for the authentic weekend. We'll turn the practice off. We'll let the game decide where I qualify. I'm not sure if I turn the qualifying off, will it put me just in a random spot? But we'll do that. We'll have short distance for 25%. And approximate stuff. All this is kind of standard. Yep, pretty much standard. Yep. All right, cool. So let's go straight in. So a track in reverse. So obviously, I don't really know how the AI will perform on 60 difficulty. I'm not the best racer on the game, and I'm doing the track in reverse, so this could be an absolute failure. I might just end up being at the back, just kind of trying to get used to the track, which is probably another reason why I've picked Sauber. You know, if I'm at the back, then it doesn't really matter, because Sauber are towards the back of the grid, for the most part, anyway, for now.
Welcome to Silverstone, the site of a former World War II airfield. We still have the Wellington Straight, named for the Wellington bombers, at this iconic venue. It is time for the British Grand Prix.
I think Silverstone is a LiDAR track.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for
so we won't even know what the grid is, so we'll just see it here. So it'll probably be just randomly generated.
Yuki Tsunoda lines up on pole position.
What? Tsunoda and Antonelli on the front row? What is this?
As we continue through the rest of the grid
Okay.
today, we have Leclerc, Norris,
Pretty standard.
Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Russell.
Where's Verstappen?
Piastri, Verstappen,
There he is.
Alonso, and Carlos Sainz.
Yeah, pretty standard.
Stroll, Albon, Liam Lawson, and Hadjar. Gasly, Ocon, Ollie Behrman, and Nico
Okay, so we're 18th.
Bortoletto, and Jack Doohan. That's it then. It's time.
So yeah, one of the strangest front rows. Tsunoda and Antonelli on the front row. Okay.
And we welcome you to the commentary box overlooking the circuit. I'm Alex Jakes, and I'm joined by Anthony Davidson. Now, those final hours before a race, did you have a routine?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be,
this game looks
the
so
easier
good,
you are
dude.
within that environment.
I mean, even with all the ray tracing and stuff off, it still looks really good.
Radio check, radio check.
Radio check.
Awesome, because they got a bunch of new team radio phrases this year. I'm kind of hoping that if you drive as Jackson or Mayer, maybe they have their own commentary lines too, that pit lane lines too, or pit conversations as well, as it were. You know what I mean? Oh shit! Fucking jump the formation lap start. We'll skip it anyway. I forgot to turn that off. I probably should have. We're gonna have a pit stop as well. This is 25% race. I mean, I know the trap, but I don't think I've ever done it in reverse, so... Oh, I already got hit. I'll try not to flash back so much. I'll probably only flash back in extreme cases, maybe.
Okay, the underbody's taken some damage. You might start to notice it soon.
Probably should have put it on.
There's a new strategy available on the MFD.
Probably should have put it on reduced damage. Actually, I think I should have flashbang. Honestly, you're probably gonna feel the damage in.
Got that confirmed.
Yeah, let's make a pit stop then. Oh god, that was quarter. Oh my god, he's right there on the outside, dude. Feels really straight. I ain't gonna lie. Of course, if I pit and change everything now, it wouldn't be so bad. I'm probably gonna be last though. I need a safety car to come out. I think I drove past the pit.
We can now use DRS. DRS now available.
The pit line never came up, so I guess I cancelled it? Whoa. I mean, to be fair, I'm not actually doing too bad. I'm actually keeping with these guys, so I'm probably just gonna race Dorgly.
Battery charge is high. Let's use that overtake button a bit more.
Yeah, the AI definitely very fast on 60%. Well, this might be on realistic performance, I'm not sure actually. I didn't really check that setting.
The side pods have taken damage. Keep an eye on your engine temperatures. Cooling may be adversely affected.
Wow, so they have a DRS zone. I think is that usually there? I can't remember, to be honest. So I think the DRS zones have slightly changed, because there used to be one here. There'd be one down this straight. So it looks like even the DRS zones are different. Because I think I'm sure there's a DRS zone down the first straight. Tsunoda is absolutely flying by the looks of it.
There's serious damage to the underbody. Repeat, serious damage to the underbody.
Shit. Dylan's actually dropped back. I wonder what happened to him. How's it look at me?
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
I'm really going to struggle in this section.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
I think even if I fix the front wing, the underbody damage might still affect the car in terms of speed. Yeah, I try not to flashback so much because this is really only experience of the reverse tracks, to be honest. We're doing a pit stop in reverse, lads. This is so weird. So I believe what you can do after the first season of any career mode is then you can add these tracks to the calendar. Like you'll have to replace a track or two because you can only have
Okay, let's go now. Come on.
obviously a
Perfect
maximum
job on
of
the turn in
24.
there, mate. Looks like a nice stop
But-
time. We're happy with that one.
You can actually add these as tracks into career mode after your first season.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
Let's just give you a stroll now to the end.
The bodywork's taken a few scrapes. Try not to make it any worse, please.
At least it feels better.
The underbody's incurred critical damage at this point.
I don't know whether the game is trying to warn me about it or something, I'm not sure, but Mark did seem to be bringing that up a lot. I mean, it's true. That's a nice way of taking those
Okay,
corners.
gap to the car in front. 0.7 seconds.
So even though I'm not having the license thing on, it's still telling me a clean lap. I mean, it's no big deal. This is really surreal. So the DRS isn't there anymore, they moved it. So they actually did move the DRS zones as well. Oh, mind you, I won't be able to tell, will I? Because I'm not within a second. Yeah, I'm not catching doing it at a rate of knots, so I think 60 is definitely quicker this year. And it makes a change with last year because the AI as a whole was abysmal. Time Lady Games was able to race with assists on and race at about 40 to 45 and win the race comfortably. Now that I think about it, I don't know if these cars are going to make it to the end of the race, now that I think about it. I didn't think of that, actually. Oh, this is so odd. See, I've got the forward track in my head. There's DRS zone there, so obviously that's where the DRS zone would usually be. And then, oh, so the DRS zone is like round here. I'm pretty sure it's not round here usually. That's actually completely different. I'm not sure why they put that one there. I am sort of catching doing, but it's a lot slower than I would usually. Actually, this is down in 17th. What's happened there?
Gasly stopping now.
Oh, I had to fucking power slide through that corner. That was nuts. Yeah, I've not gained as much as I thought. So even on 60, it looks rather competitive this year. Of course, I'm driving a Sauber, so
Okay, gap to the car ahead. 14.2
even still, that's
seconds.
actually quite... I'm actually quite encouraged by that. You know, I'm not absolutely mincing it like I would do on if this was F124. I always like to be competitive. You know, I always try to find that ground between competitive and just running away at the front. I try to kind of find the good middle ground, and normally 60, I would say about somewhere between
Okay, Gabriel's in the pits. Gabriel is in the
like
pits now.
40 and maybe 60 is always kind of around that area. Oh no. I'm gonna rewind that. I'm actually catching Stroll. I wonder what happened. Did someone drop out? Or did Stroll just like spin? Did he lose it? Well, I'm seeing some cars at least. Oh, I'm actually 18th. Sweet.
ERS is low, ERS is low. Consider changing mode on your MFD or lift a little with gentle brake.
Shit. Oh no. Probably not a good... Well, I'm on medium. I'm just using it down the straight to kind of keep up. Darn it. You know what? I'm gonna roll with it. I shouldn't have flashbacked on those penalties.
Okay, we've been given a time penalty. It will go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Get your head down and let's get
Let's
it
be
done.
fair, I'm probably gonna be near the back anyway. Yeah, 60 AI seems interestingly fast. Like, they're not like racing away from me, but they're definitely faster than I expected. That definitely is a confirmed change with the AI. Like, they've definitely made the lower,
No need to worry about the tyre
well, not
conditions
lower,
now.
but
Everything's looking
you know,
good.
the 50s to 60s a little bit harder.
The car ahead of you's just fitted the hard tyres. Car ahead now on the hard compound.
Yeah. The AI is actually kind of good this year. Shit. Damn it. I know I said I wouldn't flashback so much, but I'm out breaking myself. It happens a lot. And especially with these tracks in reverse, like, all the breaking points are very much different. I think 60 is probably a good middle ground for me this year. I think I'm gonna probably stick with it. I always stick around the 60s in these games. I mean, I remember in F1 2017 that I think the AI never used to be really good in the likes of 2017, so my AI difficulty probably went up to the 80s or something. It was just past me. Yeah, the AI is definitely fast this year. Definitely fast. I might even have to tone it down. We'll have to see. But certainly... I mean, I've got underbody damage, so that's a thing. You know, even Dude's caught me. Look at that. I've got DRS and everything. And he's still kind of going around the outside. It's a little bit, like, early on the brakes, though. It could be very similar to, say, 2023 when the game first came out and the AI was, like, really quick on the straights. Because all that ERS kind of power that I had in the story mode certainly isn't a thing here. I said the ERS was like OP. It's certainly not now. Fucking hell, everywhere, dude. Yeah, the AI definitely seemed even more difficult to pass. This is battling with Stroll, so there is a battle ahead. We are getting AI battles. Barely keep ahead of doing, man. Very interesting this year, the AI. Very interesting. They're much faster. Of course, I think that always happens in the release window. Like, the AI always uncharacteristically fast. And they get, like, patched out later. I think we'll definitely get a better feel for the AI in the My Team car. And Australia, and going the right way round. I should limit the mistakes then. Hopefully. Still there, dude. That's gonna be so, like... Oh my god, he's still there! This AI is no joke, man. They do not joke around. I like it. I've just gotta find that competitive balance. Maybe I'll have to lower it a little bit. Maybe 60 could be too far. It could be a little bit too fast. So maybe 55 is maybe like the sweet spot for me. I'm sure the F1 YouTubers would be like absolutely destroying these guys on 60%. Worn tires and all. Oh, actually not too bad. I mean, the front right is dying out really quickly.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 9.7 seconds.
This is quite trippy, I ain't gonna lie. Quite trippy. I'm actually pulling away from the two behind me now, so that's good. I'm actually pulling out a gap. They always say a good tip to do is always compare your times to your teammate when it comes to testing the difficulty settings. The ERS isn't really as recharging as quick as I noticed before. But the one thing I actually learned at one point was that actually using the energy and keeping it kind of using it consistently is actually a good way to. Is it a good way to reduce the wear on the cage? Was it? Like he said something like the more charge you hold, the faster capacity will actually drop. So I kind of take that as use up battery to kind of lessen the wear on it, I guess. I could be wrong though. I'm not very good when it comes to... Oh, Antonelli's out. I'm not really good when it comes to kind of understanding how wear works, you know. It's like, I just race, you know. I don't really use any tricks for saving the tires or the engine wear.
Caution.
The only thing I really know how to do is just saving fuel. That's the only thing I really know. He's in a wall.
Someone's come off ahead of you. There's a yellow flag ahead.
Now, I wonder if that's a crash or whether he's just pulling off. I wonder if the race director will tell me. Let's have a look. Oh, it was a mechanical failure, okay. Oh, there was me exceeding track limits everywhere. I'm doing a bend. I'm doing a Tyler Murdoch. Cutting corners and exceeding the track. I don't know whether Silverstone is a bit of an AI power track. I don't think so, because there's been no notorious tracks that have been really powerful for the AI. Bahrain seems to be always coming up, but I've never found Bahrain to be that much of a problem. My problems are like Mexico and definitely Texas, definitely Monaco. Even though I think Monaco is more of a skill issue for me. That's not the AI being fast, that's a skill issue. I'm not really good at Monaco at all. I'm not gonna lie. I absolutely suck ass at Monaco. I am absolutely terrible. Well, shock of shocks, Yuki Tsunoda has won this British Grand Prix in the Red Bull. Antonelli's unlucky because he was probably second or something around that point. But yeah, AI on 60 difficulty is interesting. It seems that the AI definitely had their pace picked up this year, which is probably a good thing because hopefully I don't know how it'll work for the rest of the AI, but that should lessen DRS trains that were in last year's game and absolutely played last year's game and made it really just not good to actually race.
Yeah, come on, we need to regroup, reset. We're gonna bounce back.
I definitely like the new team radio chatter. It's definitely more improved. And like that's what I was trying to say earlier.
Has his day of days and takes the checkered flag.
Right? Red Bull win, and it's Tsunoda of all people.
To come here and take victory as a team today,
kind of
on Tour
insane.
is so important. You can see how much
It was
it
from
means to them.
Hamilton and
the drivers
Norris.
there doing their part. The team strategy was perfect as well, and the fans really embraced that. What a great atmosphere we had here today.
So we'll jump into the replays real quick and see, like, maybe just skim through it a bit.
And the top three venturing onto the podium to begin the celebration.
Yuki Tsunoda, man.
Yuki Tsunoda with the largest trophy, a moment to celebrate.
Wow. They even, like, they really have Alex Jigs's enthusiasm really come over in his commentary. You definitely know it's him. You know, he even, like, he acts like his really enthusiastic self. Alex Jakes really has, I have really gravitated to him over the years. Definitely feels like it did back in the day when watching the sport and having Murray Walker. It's kind of like
After an event
that
like
same
that,
enthusiasm.
Who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue
So
to
everybody
bring you
would,
the
most
latest
people would have
excitement
replaced
in
because of
Formula One.
Antonelli's retirement. So let's just jump into the replay real quick. And see how it went. Even the replay camera screens look really good this year. This game looks sensationally good. It's a good start by Tsunoda. There's all the debris. Man, this game looks so good. It really does. So let's go forward a couple of laps. We've got Tsunoda really increasing his lead by about the halfway mark. He was actually very quick. And there's a bit of a... There's not really a... There's a bit of a train forming here. And I don't think it's anywhere near as bad. Verstappen was pretty much just caught in it here. Leclerc is really at the head of it. And then there's a bit of a gap back here from Gasly to Hajar. So there is a bit of a train. It is a bit of a train, but it's just not one big, very long train that no one could do anything about. Antonelli's kind of been dropped at this point. Norris passing Leclerc down the hangar straight, I think that is. So the AI making moves. So that's good. I mean, I don't think this train is dissipated too much. No, it just seems to be this one train. It'll probably filter out after the pit stops. I think they're starting now. Tsunoda had such a comfortable win here. He really did, look. So comfortable. Like, that's the best the second Red Bull car has ever looked. Period. Yeah, there's still a bit of it. It's the Leclerc train. I don't know whether he's got a problem. But he's definitely the one that formed this train, and now they're all there. Unfortunately, we couldn't take advantage of it because it was so far behind. But I think even if I wasn't, the AI is very tough to pass. Let's see how... Oh, there you go. Oh. Who's that? That's Stroll. Oh. Let's have a look at this. Stroll just spins, apparently. Spins out on the curb. A traditional F1 game incident. It kind of happens sometimes. Just spins like that. So that's why I caught Stroll up. Norris was leading for a time. Probably because Tsunoda was in the pits. Let's find Antonelli and find out how he retired. He made his way back up to second. Still a few battles down here. And there definitely is... There's one train here. Leclerc is not at the head of it now. It's Piastri. It's at the head of it. But it's certainly not... Like I said, it's certainly not as bad as last year. Last year was just one big, long train. Lap 12 he retired. Oh, Hamilton passed him. Yeah, the AI are definitely more aggressive when passing each other. That's for sure. I mean, it was DRS assisted, but still. Yeah, just pulled off. Oh, spin. Norris is... Yeah. That's held Norris up. Yeah, that's unfortunate. 3-4 car train here. Not too bad. Gasly's just hanging a bit behind. But yeah. It definitely seems all good. It really does. It's a good advert for the AI, but I might have to tone them down a little bit. I don't know. I drove a Sauber. So, in all honesty, I don't think that was a good advert for myself versus the AI. So, I'll probably have to pick a faster car and find out then. But, very, very positive for the AI battling each other and the trains that, you know, formed in last year's game. There was only really one. It was behind Leclerc, so I don't know whether he had an issue or something. But the AI definitely passed each other. They still got that kind of spin. That does happen sometimes, so I would like it to be a little bit more. I would like that. I've always wanted the AI to be a little bit more accident prone, you know, because the AI always in these games always feels really on rails and robotic. They don't feel like they make really common mistakes. You only see one per race, if that, sometimes. MotoGP kind of has it really good. Like the latest MotoGP game, not this year's one, but last year's one, it has a really good AI system where they make mistakes and run wide and get track limit warnings. You don't really see that from F1 AI that much, especially when it comes to exceeding the track limits. They never exceed track limits at all. I mean, you're the only one doing it. Obviously, I was doing Tyler Murdoch and got a penalty for it, which is fair enough. But yeah, the AI just seem really on rails. They don't really ever make mistakes. They do have the odd lazy spin, but there's never really any crashes going on. I would say it's rare, but it's not absolutely impossible. We had that one race in Austria that was crazy in the Aiden Jackson story. I'd like there to be a bit more of that. But it's been the same for many years now. Maybe they can't do it. Maybe you would need a better game engine to do that. But even still, like I said, they've pushed out the limitations of the Ego engine even further up, so they're getting better graphically. But I still think we probably would need a new engine sooner or later, and maybe that'll improve the AI in terms of being maybe a bit more human, I guess. But you know, it's AI. You can only really do so much, I guess. And I think the track limit rules are probably different in F1 to MotoGP anyway. So, I don't really know. But, despite having said that, there's definitely less trains forming, and there definitely seems to be more AI moves. So, the racing is better, at least. That's definitely a plus. So, we'll do one more video on the My Team car and the My Team mode, and we'll see how different it is. And then, I don't know when I'll next play it, but that'll be obviously when the Aiden Jackson story eventually comes around at that point.